So the second pillar for me here to living with this purpose and passion is you must grow. You must grow. Look, I don't care what form of life that you look at, if you're not growing, you're dying. If we left here right now and we went out into the forest, we went out into the woods, we went out wherever you wanted to see, you would see life, you would see nature, and you would see that if it's not blossoming, if it's not growing, it's dying. Now, us as humans, we like to make things a little bit complicated. We like to, get in our own way a little bit, but we think this doesn't apply to us. We think, no, you know what? I'm doing all right. If you don't use your confidence, if you don't use your passion in a relationship, whatever it may be, what happens? It diminishes. The same happens up here. You must constantly condition. You must constantly thrive. You must constantly search for ways to grow, expand. Because I think we all believe sometimes that when I achieve that, when I've got that, when I get that house, when I get that car, when I receive X salary, when I've achieved that goal, when I've got that grade, whatever it may be, then we've achieved what it is that we've set out for. But that simply isn't the case. That simply isn't the case. Because, as I say, it gives us an aim constantly to become something more. That is what growing does. It gives us that aim to become something more, to be something more. And it's not about external factors. It's not about what goes on out there. It's about what we achieve in here. It's about what we conjure up within us in here that then ultimately makes us level up here. Are you with me on that? It's about what we conjure up in here that then makes us level up here. That is where the growth is that I'm coming from. That's something more. I don't care if you're working in business, I don't care if you're working in sports, I don't care if you're working in whatever field that may be, construction. If you're materialistically driven, great, but that will never make you feel purposeful and fulfilled. It's about what you become. You ask anyone who's achieved anything worthwhile, and this might be the same for you. I tell you what, let me ask you, as a show of hands, who's ever put so much effort into achieving something that it might have been over 5, 10, 15, 20 years that you achieved it, you had this huge euphoric moment that was so powerful, so great, so amazing, and then an hour, a week, a month later it was like, who's been there? 90% of the room? Maybe 2 at the back there still living off that one, I see you. No, maybe 90% of the room. Because this is what it's about. It's about becoming more. Once you achieve a goal, once you achieve whatever it is that you've set out to achieve, your mind then goes, I've shattered that glass ceiling in my mind. I've broken through that. Now it's about what I can go and do next. Now it's about where I can go next. And as I say, that is a big thing for us to become something more. Because look, progress equals happiness. Progress equals happiness. Now I want you to sit with that for a moment. Progress equals happiness. Not achievement, not success, not attaining, but progress will equal happiness. Progress, what is progress? Progress is defined by whatever you choose it to be. If you weigh 300 pounds and every week you lose 2 pounds, for example, a pound, would you commit? Yes. Would you be happy? Yes. Because what you're doing is working, it's showing growth. Growth, maybe it's the wrong terminology there if we're talking about removing weight, but you understand what I mean, because you see the progress happening. And I don't care for whatever field that each of you have come in from, progress equals happiness. And look, whether that is mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, you need to find these ways within you. And we'll discuss this more obviously in detail, but you need to find the things, the growth within you mentally, the growth within you spiritually, and I'm not talking about religiously here, I don't have a conversation for you there. Whatever you practice, whatever you believe, whatever your faith is, I'll tell you to practice it more. Physically, whether you run, whether you weightlift, whether you do yoga, whether you spin, whether you rock climb, whether you swim, whatever that may be, do more, grow more. Whether that's emotionally, understanding more about yourself, understanding more about what makes you tick, understanding what goes on between these ears and what goes on in here, that really gets you going. I'm telling you, I know you already know this intellectually, but when we understand it spiritually, when we understand that emotionally within us, the game changes. And then we align having a direction of purpose with getting out and achieving something to go and grow. Whew, whew, do we have a recipe for success? Because then